Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 18th of August, comes to you from London. And the dollar surged yesterday on the US retail figures, and then we're just sort of hitting the resistance level that we saw back in April. So interesting to see that strong move there. Bullish on the short term, and the medium term chart still has work to do on the long term chart. This is the weekly, daily, and 60-minute charts. So the long term, medium term, and short term view of the market with the corresponding point and figure targets. But the dollar is continuing to just look better, waiting for a break higher to activate this 3% upside target. We've already got 2% higher. So don't be surprised to see that dollar strength continuing. Euro is sitting at 117. It fell yesterday on that stronger dollar, and against the yen, the dollar is sitting at 109. Still just struggling to hold that 110 level. We're in a bit of a range there on the euro. Sterling actually looking a bit stronger this morning, steadying after falling away yesterday. Again, numbers out in the UK yesterday didn't really help, and we've had inflation numbers this morning, again not really helping sterling. Bitcoin sitting at $45,000, so just looking a little bit weaker on the short-term chart, but still medium-term bullish. And if we look at the S&P 500 index, it fell away quite sharply yesterday, down nearly 0.75%. The Nasdaq similarly down. So we are just seeing markets a little bit uncertain on that short-term chart at the moment. And the futures are slightly lower this morning, really a flat opening because it's really such a small amount of fall there. So looks like markets will open flat. FTSE futures down 0.25% this morning. The DAX in Germany is down 0.2%, and the CAC down 0.33%. We have seen better numbers in Asia, so we're seeing Japan was up, and China, more importantly, was up 1%, having fallen away this week earlier. So really interesting. We're seeing China just starting to fall below the cloud here. Just watch these downside targets there. The Indian market was down 0.25% this overnight, and the Aussie market down slightly. We'll take a look at the energy mix in a minute, but looking at soft commodities, sugar is up 0.2%, wheat is down nearly 1%, still looking very bullish on the charts though, and corn is up just slightly, but again just needs to do more to turn bullish on those medium and long-term charts. Gold has really suffered the last few weeks, but it's recovering quite well this week, and we seem to have found that support level and now just pushing higher. Getting it back above 1840 would be key on the medium-term chart. And silver has also had a pretty torrid time, very much in a range now rather than an ascending triangle, so that's quite key as well. We're seeing platinum and palladium up nearly 1%. US 10-year yields up 1% this morning, just finding the floor at around 1.21. Interesting just to see that we're still bearish there on the medium term, but the long term chart just coming back to find support. Looking at the energy mix now, Brent crude is up this morning, so we have this descending triangle building. We are still bearish on the 60-minute chart. This is the daily and 60-minute. So we do still have these downside targets weighing on us. 67.50 is the level that we need to watch. That would be the lower low, which we saw a couple of days ago again. Looking at WTI, similar picture here, of course. Need to hold that 65.80 level. US nat gas sitting at 382. We were bearish nat gas this week. We did see a little bit of recovery, but we are actually seeing that pushing higher. Coal looking very strong indeed. Here's the monthly chart in coal, just showing how we've really smashed that previous high that we saw in 2018. And coal has virtually doubled in the last year. Just one hell of a trend. And we've got targets to 113, so that's the next stop for coal. Looking at emissions this morning, just nudging this high. We've got to break out of this range. We have activated this upside target to 74, so it's looking quite likely that we will see new highs on emissions. And if you look at the UK emissions picture, starting to look more bullish there as well as we build that trend and upside targets. UK nat gas MBP is up 0.5% this morning, and TTF in Europe also up strongly. So we're seeing this trend continuing. And looking at German power, we're up 0.5% this morning, 84.50. So the move continues here. We will get a new target off this which will be very significant. And of course, we put out our German power report last week to clients. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.